application in the Middle East that serves as a reminder engine for any SharePoint installation. Zakkerne reminds you to renew on time and keep tracks of the expiry dates through an automated alert system and workflow equipped with an advanced dashboards and reports that we will see now in our demo session. Zakkerne, having been developed on a cutting-edge technology, is also engineered for SharePoint Online, multi-tenancy cloud applications, and has a comprehensive mobile application. Avoid paying fines and stop worrying about your documents' expiry dates. Zakkerne will help you to get reminders, renew on time, and keep tracking of your important lists and documents like the employees' passports, work permits, health insurance, vendor contracts, contracts and agreements, exit re-enter permits, driving licenses, vehicle registration, invoices and warranties, maintenance agreement, expiry bank guarantees reminders, and other documents or lists that you need to get reminders on it. So in this screen that we are seeing now, we have the landing page of Zakkerne. In this landing page, we can see three parts. The first part is where we can include the look and feel of the company. We can help in implementing and inserting the documents that reflects the business of the company. In the second part, we can see the three dashboards that are important for the user or the company. In this dashboard, we can see the valid documents, the expired documents, and the expiring documents. For example, for the passports, we have 25% of the passports are expiring and 75% are expired. As you can see, we can put the dashboard as a pie chart or as a donut. In the third part, we have the upcoming notifications, where we can set a certain date, for example, before 10 days of the due date or expiry date, and all these items of all lists and documents that we have in the Zakkerne system are listed here, and you can search through this search engine for them. This list includes the notification title, subject, the date of the expiry or due date, okay, the primary contact, the secondary contact, and if the notification has been sent true or false for the primary contact, for the secondary contact, and if there is a certain, and or we can say what is the email template that has been selected for this notification. Now let's see the rest of Zakkerne features and functionalities. As you can see here, we have different sites that you can create, and we can help you in creating these sites, or we can train you. So in this site, for example, HR site, we have created the lists or documents that are related only for the HR, where the administration or any other site can't see these documents or doesn't include it. For example, the work permits is a list that has a title, expiry date, primary contact, and secondary contact. What we mean by the primary and secondary contact, we mean the contact that receives the reminder either by email or by SMS, or if it's a mobile application, it will appear as a pop-up message on the mobile. So, what we have seen now, the columns of every list. Okay, but here we can customize your columns the way you need or the way you like. For example, the work permits includes these columns, where the health insurance will include other columns. Employees' contracts also you can customize and include other columns, and you can include columns from other lists that you have already created before. So, okay, now you can see different sites that we have created. Also, you can create by your own as users or administrators multiple sites and multiple lists. For example, I have created HR site for the HR department where every user can has his own access or permissions. Here I have different lists as you secondary contact, but for sure you can create another column, okay, which is a very simple way. Create column. It can be an existing column or a new column as I am doing now. This it may be a single line, a multiple line, a choice as a radio button or a drop down list, currency, date and time, lookup, which it includes information from other lists or other columns you have created before, hyperlinks, calculated columns for calculation, and other fields. It may be required. This column contains information that is required. Also, maximum number of characters. Let's go back to the work permits and see how it has been changed. As you can see, this is the new column that we have created. It's simple for the user and for sure for the administration. For example, as I have said before, that we have certain permissions that are set for the users, and you can set permissions on the level of the document here in this hyperlink. Okay, and you can edit the list name, description, you can delete it, you can create from existing site columns, you can set the order of the columns. For example, I need the employee name in the third column. So we have the name, the title, employee name, expire date, primary contact, and secondary contact. If we go to the logistics, we can see other lists that are related for the logistic departments. For example, the LC Bank, which includes the fields that are related for this list: the expire date, primary contact, secondary contact, the bank name, LC number, LC issue date, supplier date, name, invoice number, and etc. We can add as much as we want as new items for this list. Okay, let's add a new item for this list. A title, you set the title, you set the issue date, the expiry date. Okay, it's simple. Bank name, LC number, the supplier. As you can see you have different supplier names already defined: invoice number and primary contact, secondary contact. Also, what's important to know about is what is the Zakkerne engine that we are speaking all the time about it. All we have seen here before in these lists are SharePoint features, but what we can say, what differentiate Zakkerne and gives Zakkerne an added value is when we set an expire date or due date for every list, and then we go to Zakkerne global configuration and set the reminder for this list. We have two types of reminders. We have the monitored Zakkerne webs and monitored Zakkerne lists. Monitored Zakkerne webs is an engine reminder for the webs. Okay, so we can set a reminder, for example, for all the web system, or you can set it for only the HR. For example, you can put here /HR, which includes only for the HR documents. Also, you can set /administration, where the reminder is set for all the documents that are under administration site. What we have to set here is the notification title, the URL of the site. If it's for the general site, you can set this /. If it's only for the HR, you set /HR. Okay, you can also put this reminder for the sub webs that include that are related for this site or web. Okay, by checking this icon. Also, you can set here if you need to notify the primary contact and the secondary contact. Here we can set the period, and this is a mandatory field because we depend on this field to remind you. So if we have set 20, this means that the reminder will be sent to the receiver, or we can say the reminder will be sent for the primary contact and secondary contact before 20 days. And here in this field, we select the notification or template or the email template that we already define here in the email templates. We will see it later. Okay, here is the title, the expiry date of the field. If we have in the columns due date, not expiry date, so we have to write here due date. Also the primary contact and secondary contact has to be defined same as we have set them in the list, and for sure we have to save. Let me first reminder for the web HR and save. Okay, like this. The second type of the reminder engine is monitored Zakkerne list. In this list, we can create reminders for certain lists inside a web. For example, here first notification or reminder for passports. Okay, we have to define the list name, if this is a document or not. As you know, the list can be a document, can be a custom list, can be a task. We have to define the web URL /HR. Okay, and here passports, the period 72 days before the due date or the expiry date. Here we select the notification. Now we only have one email template. In case we have multiple email templates, we just click here and select the template that we need. Okay, and here are the fields that are set by default, but for sure we can change them based on the fields or columns that we have created them in the list. Okay, so now we have seen Zakkerne webs and Zakkerne lists, where we have set the reminder engine for the webs and for the lists. Go down not only to the list but also to the level of the fields inside the list. Also, we have the notifications log. In the notifications log, we can see all the notifications that has been sent for the user, either by email or SMS, and they are configured. Okay, and when is the expiry date, who is the primary contact, who is the secondary contact, if it's notified or not. Okay, this is a log or notification log engine. Let's go now to the dashboard, which is the important screen for the management and every user, where we can define or create multiple dashboards for every list. We have a dashboard for the passports, we have a dashboard for a certain list. Also, we can create as much as we need dashboards in this page. As we have seen before, that the dashboard will include the expired, the expiring, and the valid. Okay. Now let's go to the contacts. Here we can create all the contacts where we can use them as a primary contact and secondary contact. Let's go now to the email templates. In the email templates, we can define the email or the template that we need. For example, if this template is for the client, we can write it in a formal way. Dear Mr. and the name as a merge code. Then the email will be sent for every client with his name, with the expiry date of the document. You can also add the list name for. So this also we have seen how to create the columns, and we have seen how to set the reminders for every list. Now I would like to thank you for your time, and looking forward for fruitful partnership with you. Bye bye, thank you.